Okay, as usual, it's Texas 1 2 3 call. Okay, as usual, it's Texas 1 2 3 call. Okay, as usual, okay, there goes here. So, welcome back to the channel, guys, and we have a new banner today. Hey. Although I know for sure I'm gonna skip this banner, but wait a little bit, okay? I'm gonna I need to do some work first, so stay with me. Okay, I'm gonna do some work first. Duplicate 2025 November. Okay, this was no. Okay, so I'm gonna play some music, and I'll be right back with you. I'll be doing some work first. Let's use Digimon OP. Deco is here. Hi, my hero. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, be right back. Gue perlu ngitung gaji bentar. 25, 74, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, 26, Sandi Tisna Siti 24 di novis recapel Fikri 25 print screen this and send this to my dad. Okay, so I'm back. Yeah, so for those of you who doesn't know yet, I just released a new video. So we're gonna watch this video. Like, wait, how many of you are here? Oh, there are already 5. Okay, yeah. So I just recently released a new video. So we gonna do an inception of this. Let's go. This one, hey. This is how preemptive strike works, okay? This new mechanic is going to change how we play this game. Ta-da! So, let's take a look. Hey, welcome back to this channel. So, in this video, we gonna take a look at how preemptive strike works in complete detail. Because everything you need to know about preemptive strike and how it actually works is in this video. Yeah, I'm gonna show you everything and how the preemptive strike works in every single situation. So first of all, this is a normal situation where the enemy attacks you. So usually if you see here down below, you will see the order of attack on what's gonna happen. So the enemy attack you first, then there's the little arrow, and then you gonna counter attack on the enemy if you still survive. Okay, now if I change my attack to the preemptive strike, I will get priority. Look at that, my attack will happen first before the enemy's attack. So I can change the order of my attack just because of the preemptive strike. So this is what happens normally. The enemy attack me and then I counter attack them. Now on this enemy, I'm gonna show you the preemptive strike. So when I use preemptive strike, I will attack first. Look at that, instead of the enemy. And if I manage to kill that enemy, that is good news. Okay, so this actually makes the games much more complex, you know. And in the next test here, I actually put a support pilot on Penelope EX. Look at that. So the preemptive strike, because it is on the weapon effect on the unit itself, I can use a support attack to actually make use of that preemptive strike. So look at this. In this, this is my own turn, and if I attack my enemy using this C Gundam SSR, this is what usually happens. Okay, support attack gonna happen first, and then after that, the actual attacker gonna attack, and then if the enemy still survive, they gonna counter attack me. So if I change my attack to preemptive strike, because I am the support attacker, it doesn't change the order, but you know that preemptive strike got priority in here. Okay, now if I use C Gundam's preemptive strike, because C Gundam SSR also has a preemptive strike in his weapon, look at this. The actual attacker now attack first because he is using a weapon that has a preemptive strike. And then after that, the support attacker gonna happen, and then the enemy counter. So I can change the order of my attack using the preemptive strike. Now, if both uses preemptive strike, it goes back to the original order, because the support attack still has priority over the actual attacker. So the preemptive strike, because both have preemptive strike, it doesn't change the order. So to imagine this, I'm going to use this paint to give you some idea on how it actually works. Okay, so basically you can think of this box as the order of attack. If I have unit A and then unit B and then unit C, if they attack in this order, then A gonna attack first, B gonna attack next, and then C gonna attack next. Okay, now imagine preemptive strike is another box in front of this normal attack. So this is preemptive strike. Okay, so now if B uses a preemptive strike attack, that means that B gonna move to this box, okay, to the preemptive strike box. So now the attack order gonna be B first, and then A, and then C. Now if C also uses preemptive strike, that means that C gonna move to this box. But because C is after B, that means that the order gonna become like this: B attack first, and then C, and then A. So that is basically how you imagine preemptive strike works. Okay, so that's why when both uses preemptive strike, it goes back to the original order, except for the units that doesn't have preemptive strike. If I have more than just one support attacker in here, that means that the support attacker who has preemptive strike will take the highest priority first, and then after that the actual attacker who used preemptive strike, and only then goes to the actual support attacker without preemptive strike, and then the actual attacker without a preemptive strike. Okay, so that is what's happening with this kind of mechanic. You can actually change the order of their attack now. Okay, and that is really good, you know. But the thing is that it is much more complex than that in Master League, because as you can see here, when I attack the enemy, like they automatically choose the weapon that is enough to kill that enemy. It's not necessarily the preemptive strike attack. So that means that you cannot really guess when the enemy gonna use preemptive strike attack or not in the Master League, because the AI gonna control them. If they decide to save up energy instead of able to kill the enemy before the enemy hits you, they instead prefer to receive damage from the enemy and then using the normal weapon, because they prefer to save energy compared to kill the enemy first. Okay, so it's gonna be much more interesting in the next Master League later on. And there is another test that I actually want to show you here, because there is something else that can happen, which is on the enemy's turn. If the enemy attacks my C Gundam, look at this, the C Gundam SSR, then Penelope, who has support attack, can join in on the attack here. Look at this. This is what usually gonna happen. The enemy attack my C Gundam, and then the support attacker gonna attack first, and then after that, the actual unit that gets attacked gonna attack last. Okay, so now if I use the preemptive strike, I can attack first before the enemy even attack me. Look at this. Penelope EX, which is actually a durability unit, can use a support pilot, and when the enemy attack my friend, if the enemy is in range of my Penelope EX skill, which is the preemptive strike skill, then my Penelope will be able to attack the enemy first, and only then the enemy will attack my ally. So because the Penelope reduced the enemy's attack, that means that I can actually help my allies by reducing the enemy's attack first before they attack my allies if I use support pilot on the Penelope EX here. So I'm hoping that in the future, like this preemptive strike weapon will be applied to more units to come, because this is insanely good. Look at this. Like right now we only have attack down debuff, but imagine that if we have, like for example, accuracy down, or maybe a beam damage taken up, or any other debuff, like you can control in PvE which one's gonna happen first. Look at this. If I use both preemptive strike weapon, that means that both of my units gonna attack first before the enemy attacks, and this is on the enemy's turn. Okay, so look at this. I can just keep swapping. Like if I use the C Gundam's preemptive strike instead of the Penelope preemptive strike, so my Z Gundam gonna attack first, and then the enemy, and then after that the Penelope. And then if I use Penelope preemptive strike, she is gonna be attacking first, and then the enemy, and then my C Gundam. If both uses preemptive strike, they both gonna attack first before the enemy. Okay, so that is insane. Like look at that. Okay, so if I use C Gundam, look at this. This is what happens. I attack the enemy first, debuff him, and then the enemy attack me, and then Penelope gonna attack. If I use this attack order, look at that. So yeah, this is basically how preemptive strike works. Okay, hoping in the future like we have more units with preemptive strike. Like this actually changes everything. The strategy that we all know up until now, that we can guess what's gonna happen in the future, is gonna get harder and harder to actually guess what's gonna happen. Like look at this. I can keep doing this because the C Gundam's preemptive strike only uses energy. I can keep doing the preemptive strike as long as I have energy. For the Penelope EX, because it costs MP to cast that Penelope EX weapon, so you cannot actually spam that. Like there is a limit to how many you can do that, and it actually makes sense. Okay, because if not, that means that Penelope EX gonna be OP. Like you can basically move him to the front, and every single enemy that attacks you will get their attack reduced before their attack actually happens. So it makes Penelope become insanely strong tank if that can happen, So that means that this just balances everything. They don't want to make Penelope EX too OP, but the C Gundam is actually, you know, can be considered strong too because of that. Like he can use the preemptive strike without the MP cost. So yeah, that's how preemptive strike works, guys. So hopefully so yeah, that is the wait yeah. So yeah, that is how preemptive strike works, guys. So that you just watch streamception. So yeah, let me check the chat now. Hello. If preemptive on support or attacker will be insane. Yes, exactly. It's gonna be insane if you can use preemptive strike on an attacker or a support. Definitely insane on an attacker, because if preemptive strike is on an attacker unit, that means that if that attacker unit is at MLB, and because preemptive strike is on the weapon itself, you can use your strongest pilot, and basically every time the enemy attacks you, they gonna die first. So nothing can kill you. The best defense is offense. Offense is the best defense that way. Yeah. So that is insane. Okay. Hello Vivi, are you gonna pull the C? I don't know. Like maybe I'm gonna spend 3,000 for this C. Yeah. Like let's take a look. Like if my gacha luck is good, you know, but I don't think I will get anything. We're just gonna spend 3,000 diamonds on this banner, okay? Because the banner lasts until February, so no rush. Like it's better to just wait for the next banner that gonna comes out and decide whether you need the Sea Gundam or Penelope. You know, I like masters. Ooh, nice. Preemptive strike is like the vantage skill from Fire Emblem. Oh yeah. It will be nuts when a DPS unit get this and can clear entire maps in enemy phase. Yes, exactly. Like nothing can kill you if you can just one-shot every single one of your enemy. Like preemptive strike, it's insane. Luckily, they don't give it to the Sea Gundam. Like if they give it to the Sea Gundam, I will totally recommend for every single one of you to pull this banner. Yeah. So let's take a look. We got we got a ticket here. Don't know from where. But let's just assemble this. Let me do a simple gacha here. Let's go. I got it with just one pull. God is really on my side today. Oh my God, you're so lucky. My Penelope will be good if it has 5 range EX. Yeah. That's why they balance it. Okay. Like they don't want Penelope to be insanely OP. I already told you in that video just now. You know, like ooh, Astaroth. That's nice. Like if Penelope also doesn't use any MP to cast its skill, like you better just send Penelope into the front line, and basically he can debuff every single enemies with attack down level 6, you know. And even in Master League, you can actually just put a support pilot on Penelope and put him in position 1, and every time the enemy attack you, they will get their attack reduced. So basically, it's an insane strategy in PvP because it makes you unable to be killed by enemies, quick attack. So let's do one gacha, I guess. Yeah, we have 15,000 in here because we just recently finished the story. So I got a couple more diamonds. Yeah, we have the fierce enemy assault. We have also the what is this? The Changemakers. You know, like tonight I'm gonna do the Changemaker event. It lasts for 120 days. So yeah, it also lasts until 31st of March. It's even crazier than the banner. Look at this. It lasts until March. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, and also the fierce enemy assault. I've already did the bare minimum. We still have 4 more available skips, so I'm gonna skip this 4 more times. Let's go and just do the missions. Okay. Yeah, the full armor Gundam MK3 is alright. It's good for newer players, but not good for old players. And also the Hyakushiki also is good for newer players, but not good for older players. Okay. So I already analyzed those things, in my previous video this afternoon. So you can go watch that. And I just recently did my latest video also, the one you watched just now. So yeah, you can how to say, just enjoy all of the informations there. Basically tonight we're just gonna chill. If you do want to talk with me, just feel free to chat there, type your question and everything, while I do the Changemakers. Okay, I used 50k. I didn't go C. I am sad. Oh, you didn't get C. Randy also, my brother also spent, like, he did 250 pulls until he even see one C and one Penelope Gundam. Okay, so it's not just you who get bad lucks. Okay, even the whales have bad lucks. We last for a few months, but already finished in day one. Let's go gacha. Yeah, let's go gacha. Swatchan, and I don't know what you type there. Let me use Google Translate. You always type in Japanese, I need to always get my, Google Translate ready. Let's go gacha. We'll cheer up. Okay, let's go. Let me use 10 full here. Okay, 3,000 diamonds. Let's see if I can actually get anything. Okay, please have the loading here. That sounds normal rate. Yes, sounds like normal rate. So let's go. Use unit assembly. Loading, please. Yes, there's a downloading. There's a downloading. Ooh, golden. Nice. Let's see. What do I get in here? I did got 2 Penelopes. Get 60 more diamonds so you can do 5 multi. No. I'm not gonna use up all of my diamonds, okay? I only do 1 pull tonight, okay? What do I get? I don't know. Let's take a look. Ta-da! Amuro, please. No, there's no Amuro. Shit. There's no UR. Dang it. There's no UR. So what did I get just now? There's a downloading, maybe an SSR. Yeah, the new SSR maybe. What is it? Who is this? Is this the new unit? Don't tell me this is the new unit. The hell? Reconquista in G. Who the hell is this? Hey, there's Gundam Ratio. Ooh, Gundam H1 normal. I think I already MLB this guy. Dang it. I'm not getting anything. Oh yeah, there it is. Master type F naked. Commander type. So this is the new unit. Damn. I didn't get C Gundam or Penelope. We want more. No. Gigi. No, I didn't get Gigi. Okay, only this master type. Okay, too bad. So that's the new unit. Let's go back, and that's it for tonight's pool, guys. And there is 2 tickets in here. Just use up these 2 tickets. Although, let me just save up to 10. Yeah. So that's the pool for today. Let me see. Don't let me go broke, guys, because hopefully the next banner gonna be Wing Gundam. Like, everybody is hoping for a Wing Gundam. So yeah, we will just see. We still have plenty of times to pull the banner. Okay, lasts until February. So this is the ratio. and that's it. What is the new unit? The hell? Is it in my inbox? No, right? What is the new unit? Oh, there it is. Master Type F. Naked. I also already analyzed this guy. Not a good unit. So let's just ignore them. Okay, let's just go to the Hathaway event, the Changemakers, and I'm gonna continue with the story. Okay, let's go. Gonna watch the story together. Wait, what? I can deploy unit, only one. Let's just deploy our strongest one then. Tada! With this. Tada! Yeah, let's just continue. I thought it's gonna be only story here. You shoot well, no. How good are the free SSR units? The free ones, not good. The Sea Gundam tank is the only good ones, okay? The Sea Gundam SSR durability. Sea Gundam SSR durability is the only good ones. The rest, there are better options. I've already made that video, guys. Why do you still ask the questions that you can just watch the video from? Survival of the fittest. Ooh. You see another endurance. Zabi. Hey. Oh, to become the supreme commander of the Principality of Zion. Yeah, if you actually read the story, you know, like it makes sense that they will support Zion. I also will have support Zion. Oh, yeah. One sentence that will change the the flow of the battle. I'm excited for the next Master League. My team Lightning Fest will shine this season. Yes, Lightning Fest will shine later in the next Master League. It's gonna be next month. So on the 24th, 25th or 26th of December, we're gonna have our Season 7 Master League. Yeah, no right or wrong on the war. Yes, I'm cooked next Master League season. I have no good Lightning Fest, so the choice is to make a rival team with the EX Master Gundam. Yeah, next season it's either gonna be easy or hard, you know. The rival is everyone's salvation, you know, because there are not many players who has Lightning Fast team, so no choice but to use all the rival units, okay? Get ready, all of your bad guys, especially with the story of Zion coming out here in this story. So long live the bad guys. Turns out that support Amura is the best pilot for you are Penelope. Oh, yes, that's true. If you live not on Earth, you will support Zion because you live on space. With Zion rule, I have lightning fast in. Nice. Yeah.
自身の目でジオン公国の内情を見、彼らが極限状態で戦っているこの声明により、両国の休戦協定は大質量兵器
Oh, that's cheating. They already almost agreed to ceasefire.
扱いなどの戦時条約の締結にとどまったのである。
Oh, they agreed to not use weapons of mass destruction, including massively fight the treatment of prisoners. And there goes GP02A. Yeah, now I understand the story more with this event. You know, the Changemakers really do help people like me to understand the how to say the whole story of the Gundam universe. Well, in general, rebels escape to the the truth of the matter remains unclear. Okay. Following this, the Zeon forces under Giheren's command launched on one Earth landing operation after another until they occupied most of our surface. From the time the Federation was there. Original rebel as predicted, the Earth Federation force eventually regained ground, turning the time and pushing the theater of war into space. Yeah, you know that movie, the live action Gundam movie, the one that shows the war from the perspective of Zeon, that shows that the white Gundam is actually the white devil. It is actually a monster that kills all of your families, the soldiers who try to fight for their freedom. Yeah, Amuro is the bad guy. From the Zeon's perspective, okay, Amuro is the bad guy. It's like they got oppressed, like the Earth got big-headed and you know how to say, talk down on the space noids, and the space noise is only, you know, fighting back their pride, not their pride, more like their yeah, basically their pride. they want to regain their humanity, and then it's the Earth who started everything first, okay? They just become selfish, and then after that, Zeon was fighting for their you know, place on Earth, and then comes Amuro, who destroy everything. Yeah, Side 3, also known as Manzo, as it was located above the far side of the moon, was the most distant space colony cluster from the Earth. At the time, these shield colonies, which were comprised of over 40 installations, were home to more than 150 million people. Okay. Purpose colonies were infamously converted to laser cannon in the final days of the Zeon War. I thought they said no weapon of mass destruction, and they built a fucking laser cannon. First evacuation of all 3 million colony residents was conceived by Giren and carried out with the approval of Deck Queen Sodozabi, sovereign of the principality of Zeon. Is that still the same family? A strategic weapon designed to annihilate the Earth Federation forces main fleet in a single shot. That was born the Solar Ray, a 6-kilometer wide laser cannon. Is this the weapon that is being used in the Gundam X story? The satellite cannon? Is it? Because it comes from the moon. Yeah. Everything is connected. Ooh, look at that. What was this name again? The Zeon, you know, ultimate base. Bawah Q, yeah. The battle that rages around the space front that are Bawah Q. Effectively mark the end of the Zion Independence War. Oh ho ho, the satellite cannon attack. A third of the Earth Federation forces main fleet, including General Rebel, with a single shot from the solar ray. Then ready to commit all his remaining forces to the final phase of the war. And they've been hired to rally his nation to rename the evoke his supremacist ideology. Now, guessing by sovereign they win with the post-war order. Now for the following reply. The war we shall keep the population reduced, retaining only the superior race. Oh, so that's where he goes wrong. For the survival of humanity and for the purity of the earth sphere. But it actually can work, you know. Like nowadays, Earth is overpopulated, and a lot of people are, you know, not how to say, not appreciating that they live together with other people. So it's better to keep population controlled. Actually, that's actually in theory, that's actually the best move to happen. But a lot of people won't agree because they think using their heart instead of their brain. So that's where the problem comes out. The war that Zabi waged inflation means to directly curb the overproduce of the main threat to the natural environment. Yes, we'll wrest the planet from the hands of the Earth Federation and take the reins of the Earth Spirit himself. This, he claimed, was the key to the survival of the species. There is a solution for saving the environment. That's actually true. Like the first reason that forces the humans to go into space noids is actually because of overpopulation on the Earth. So if he, you know, reduce the population of the Earth by himself, then all the space noids can actually go back to Earth and live on Earth again. Yeah, it's actually a good idea, you know. Climb another lightning fast, bro. This war, however, was about to come to an abrupt end. Yes, because of Amuro. I wonder if we ever get a supporter Giran Sabi and boost all the Xeon and Neo Xeon units. Oh my god, that's gonna be really OP. What is it? Dolos. Yeah, that's the main base of Giran Sabi. This is the Salamis and the Magalan. Come on, Zion! Using Galgok and Dom. And then there's the Sazabi in here. You're in the wrong era. Oh, BB villain arc is being awakened. Yeah, but wouldn't everyone love him? Like, you know, if you have a supported Giran Zabi which boosts all the Xeon and Neo Xeon units, like that basically boosts everything that I love, you know? All the Xeons and Neo Xeon units. If you can put them all together, it will be insanely OP. And they can be used in rival battle, you know, because they are all the bad guys. They are all rivals. Is there anything that can stop my army? A single Gundam. I feel bad about Jiren Zabi. Ooh, look at that! Shilia Sabi. More ways than I ever thought. Why? Oh no!
あ
She killed him.
攻防戦のまさに最中のことだった。ギレンザビは身内の裏切りに遭い、ほどなく、バオアクーは連邦軍の猛攻撃を受け陥落。残されたギーナの手によってジオン公国からジオン共和国へと国家体制が移行されると。
Oh, so that's the end of the Principality of Zion. No wonder every time I play Gundam games, there's the Principality of Zion, and then there's the normal Zion, the Republic of Zion. One, you see 80, the Earth Federation and the Republic of Zion ratified peace accord.
戦争は終わった。
Also, oh yeah, on that Bawakyu battle, there was actually Amuro was actually already there. Yeah. So that's the 1-year war. It ends with Kichira Sabi, betraying the Zion. Okay, so they basically summarize everything in a very short story that shows from the leader's perspective.
だが、丸1年間にわたるこの戦争の爪痕は痛ましく、地球圏の総人口
Ooh, look at that! It's very effective. Reduce the population by more than half. So now Earth
再度セブ
can be repopulated again.
国である
Which was still under the and 3 the homeland of the Republic of Zion were destroyed. So two were sides 1, 2, 4, and 5.
4
Which side is the G-Quacks again?
壊滅した。
I think it's side 5, right? I don't know. Only the neutral side 6 escaped the
地上も
destruction.
またコロニー落としに
Earth was no exception. Not only did it suffer catastrophic damage from the colony drops,
荒廃が
others were also in desperate need of aid. Other regions such as Europe and East Asia were those that were left in ruins.
地球連邦
That's where the
戦後復興
Barbados story and then the Seed story, yeah, they have different environment because some of them were destroyed, some of them were still strive. Post-war reconstruction was in the hands of the Earth Federation.
その
Stewardship ended up sowing the seeds of a new conflict. In fact, the rift between Earth inhabitants and space noise only grew wider.
最後に
Yes. This is worth considering given Zabi's own appraisal of the politics that shaped the universal century as opposed to his father.
展開の一端を
As absolute democracy brought to the Earth Federation nothing but more bureaucracy and cryonism. Yeah, actually, in the real life, it's also the same. Democracy is never good because democracy, if more than half of the people within that democracy nation are stupid, then they will make stupid decision. Democracy is only working is if everybody is smart. Okay, so democracy is never a good politics. That's why some of the countries who doesn't have democracy, half dictatorship, is the ones who actually, strive. Like take for example Singapore. Singapore is half dictatorism. Then you need to follow whatever the prime minister say. And because the prime minister was so smart that the whole country actually strive, So dictatorship works very, very effectively if the leader is a single very smart person, So yeah, that's how politics works. So basically, I don't really like democracy, Everybody is stupid. People are stupid, so they never make the right decision. So never rely on democracy, okay? This Abi family problem is real confusing. And here is where the Della's fate basically say, fuck this, we get out here and later return. Okay, G-Quest is a complete new timeline VV which don't have any relation with UC protagonist by Amuro. Yeah, I mean like I'm connecting it with the G-Quest, like which section is G-Quest again? Like which section they say gonna strive when Zion actually wins the war. Okay. A multiverse thing on Marvel. What if Martial? That sadly is pretty real for Gundam UC because even after the miracles pulled off by the protagonist, nothing changed at the end. If nothing got even worse, like in the Victory series. Yeah, like look at that. Like the Earth Federation is still ruled by all those politicians and the stupid people. So they never learn, they never grow. Just like in real world, you know, like when the politicians all corrupt, then nothing changes. Automation of population is only good at wasting resources. Yes. We continue in part 3. Jamitov Haimem, an extremist ideology. Okay, so Giran Sabi's story ends there. And after that, after the 1 year war, then comes the Zeta story, then the Double Z story. And now comes this guy. I think this guy is the Ayuk one. The Ayuk or the Titan story. I don't know. Is he Titan? Is he Ayuk? I don't know. Yeah, I can bring one more. Let me see. Let's bring another double chance step units. Let's use the high new. Ta-da! Yeah, like in real life. Wow, from the first enemy assault, this Changemaker event and the summons, this really is for new players. Yeah, true, that's why. I never lie in my video title, you know, like this banner is really for new players and it lasts until February. So they really, this is the best time for new players to actually join the game. You have a long time to actually MLB your C Gundam. And it's gonna be your strongest unit. Because for newer players who come join this game, the older players already have a ton of EFSF tank units and pilots. So they can actually kill all of us. Yeah, the new player can counter every single one of the old players, except for the ones who actually use Justice Gundam, you know, and Barbatus. Yeah. Aside from that, we all have EFSF tank. Jamitov is from the Titan side. Oh, okay. Hi, boss. We a long time no see. Hi, Darky. Welcome to the stream. Brave Frontier reference. Oh yeah. Did you pull for C Gundam? Yes, I did. I did pull for C Gundam. July 7, UC 00085. The Banshee 30 colony of Site 1 was the site of a massive anti-Earth Federation demonstration. Okay. So this is the Titan story. Ta-da! Yeah, the Zeta is here now. The protest would later become known as the Banshee 30 incident, a tragedy brought by human hands. Maybe I'll use the 100 Banshee 30 colony continues to drift through the void, serving as a mass coffin for the dead within. December of UC 83, following an armed uprising against the Earth Federation by Zion remnants. Yeah, that would be scary, you know. Like if there's a colony where all of the people die, and then the colony just drift through space. It's basically a floating coffin. Yeah, that's true. That sentence actually is scary and makes perfect sense. Oh my god. Earth Federation by Zero Remnants, an organization proclaiming Earth supremacy emerged. They were known as the Titans, especially within the Earth Federation forces that drew exclusively from the ranks of Earthborn elites. Yeah. They are based on the Side 7 colony dubbed Green Oasis. They oppressed space noids under the pretense of chasing down Zion remnants. As their ideology became more extreme, so did the twisted nature of their organization. Yeah. And I always found that as supreme leader was Jamitov Hyman. Okay.
狂信的
The fanatical Earth's premises. Was it that he sought to accomplish by leading these giants within the Earth Federation forces and later even seizing control of the very heart of the Earth Federation government? An answer can yet be found. Okay. So that's the start of the Titans, where Peptimus Sirocco
地球連邦政府に
are born.
生じた甚大な戦災対応はまさに急務である
Or if you have a strange luck and you pull the dead side hell, Mike. I did 100 rolls and I only got one C Gundam, no Penelope and Gigi C. Oh no. Yeah. But it's okay, you still have a lot of time. Colony is gas, weapon hazard. Yeah, welcome, baby. Welcome to the depressing side of Gundam series. Drifting space coffee and sounds so scary. Yes, that's true. If a colony got gas, it's GG's for most of its citizens. Yeah, for the Earth Federation, responding to the colossal damage caused by the one-year war was of paramount importance.
そして下された決断は
And the course chosen was the restoration of the natural environment.
これ自体は
This is why a reasonable decision had been made in the old era.
しかし
However, since the dawn of the universal century, most of humanity has made its home in space. In fact, 4 out of 5 people live amongst the stars. Yeah.
中で
That's why the Earth Federation prioritized the
地球を
planet,
優先し
effectively abandoning the restoration of the space habitats known as sites, and in doing so, space
スペ
nodes
ースノイドの
themselves.
救済を事実上放棄
Yes, obviously. I mean, like, the Earth Federation, they are the ones who stay behind in the Earth. So they need to take care of the Earth. Yeah, so that makes
その
sense.
決断を下
The
す
sites and the space nodes are, you know, their own
地球
problem.
で暮らす
The ones who made that decision were the Earth inhabitants. However, considering that they were a privileged class, living on Earth seemed particularly colored.
地球居住者とスペースノイドの差
The inequalities between Earth's inhabitants and space nodes only worsened, and in time, this discrimination gave rise to anti-Earth
そ
Federation.
の運動の価値
Now
を
we belong to the Earth Federation Space
連邦
Force
宇宙
were
軍
counted
に属
among
する
their
者たちも
members.
含まれている
Well, they too live in space.
彼らもまた宇宙で生きている
The
の
fuck?
だから
Huh? Really? So, even the Titan thinks that the Earth Federation who lives in space is their enemies?
こうした流れがサイド1 30番
The exchange of events eventually led to the anti-Earth Federation demonstration in the Banshee, the colony of Site 1. You look at that.
このデモ
Floating corpses. The Titans answering the call to suppress the demonstration. Use poison gas to take the lives of 15 million colony residents. Oh my god.
住民皆
Not one soul survived. A massacre that horrific was more than sufficient to harden the hearts of space noids. Yeah, no wonder the space noids hates the Earth Federation so much. You know, all this time we thought the EFSF were the good guys. But apparently they are the worst. The hell? Yeah, long live Xeon, long live Neo Xeon. The hell, EFSF, what have you done? New Hong Kong are sitting like among the most scenic tourist destinations still existing on Earth. While famed for its mass driver, with spaceport, the city is also remembered for its
受けた地でもある
hit her toe. Level of wartime devastation. Ooh, the Psycho Gundam! Yay! During the Grips War, what had become as an internal conflict within the Earth Federation forces. In UC 87 developed into a power struggle that spread across the Earth sphere. So yeah, look at that! The Psycho Gundam.
ニュー香港に突如と
Suddenly appeared in New Hong Kong.
その巨大な
The gargantuan mobile armor launched an attack in the city streets, teeming with non-combatants. This assault was indiscriminate. So we are fighting Psycho Gundam? Okay, look at that. Wait, who's coming? So these are all the GMs. And then Gundam MK2, Rick Diaz, Nemo. Yeah. So Camille hasn't get his Zeta yet. for Murasame. We're actually helping the Psycho Gundam. What? We are on the Titan side. Wait, not the Titan side. We are on the EFSF side. What's with your request? Can you up your mic volume? Okay. Let me increase my mic volume. Is this better? Is this better? Hey. Really pushing for the Hathaway movie. I've actually seen some commentate on the designs. Quite split. Yeah. Some will like the design on the Hathaway. Some will hate it. You know. There is no in between because the design is so extreme. Obviously, EFF will prioritize Earth because without Earth, no more home planet for humans anymore. EFF this time is so corrupted. It's not true at all. Other planets with the right time will become more habitable than Earth, like Jupiter. For the times of victory. Long live Zion. In fact, Zion also gets many of its colony to be used as colony drop that Earth. In general, the FSF is pretty great. Taking count, their government was so inefficient to the point movement like the Zion Zamdai could start to take force. Later on, thanks to the Zabi family, led to the 1 Year War. If I have to choose which slate UC faction, I will choose the choice. It's simple. It's Ayuk, Londo Bell. Yeah, I think the Ayuk is quite alright. That's why I also have a complete Ayuk unit. You know, we have, in my account, the Zeta, we have Camille Bidan, then we have Asuna with Lucien, and then also we have Judao with full armor double Z. So yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with the Ayuk. Hey, we have the attacker, support, and the durability. What is happening here? Self-destruction of the Earth Federation forces base Jaburo with nuclear weapons. The colony drop on the lunar city of Granada. The colony laser attack on site 2. Yeah, this is what happens on the Camille story. That's why Camille has such a very high awakened stats. Because he can see the dead people. He gets his power from dead people. The hell? That's why on the rampage against the wrong enemy. Surely it must have appeared that way too many. Yeah, look at that, Sirocco. However, Patnimus Sirocco, the man who will later assassinate Jamitov, has his control of the Titans, has spread a different view. So made the EFF into the Titans in order to wipe out those who cling to Earth. By starting a war that will wreck the economy, the people of Earth will eventually starve to death. But in another way, while Jamitov may have been a member of the Earth Federation forces, he was attempting to wage war against the Earth Federation itself. You see, the Titans, the bad guys. Why? The trick to solving this puzzle lies in the fact that he was a dyed-in-the-wool Earth supremacist. Consider the preservation of the natural environment if that is indeed Jamitov's true intent. Then the seemingly reckless tyranny of the Titans we used to form a more coherent picture. Yeah, he cares about the Earth and thinks the human to be the disease. So he's getting rid of the disease and trying to fix the Earth. You know? You don't believe that in order to restore the natural environment, Earth's invasion had to be removed from it. See, exactly, like I said. Space Immigration Act had lost its steel. Therefore, it is a crisis that left no choice in the matter. A crisis so severe that will paralyze the Earth's economy. A crisis named War. If there's a trigger was required, there could be no better trigger than the wrath of space noids, when it was fierce enough to wipe out all of Earth's inhabitants. From the very beginning, Titans oppressed space noids without mercy. There is no doubt that this cornered and provoked them, ultimately escalating into a conflict that engulfed the Earth sphere. Yeah, that's actually smart of him. You know, he makes these space noids get very, very angry against the Earth Federation, so that the space noids is going to kill all of the Earth Federation's people, and whether he wins the war or whether he loses the war, the Earth gonna be rescued. You know, the Earth gonna be healed because the disease known as human is all dead now. Yeah, he's smart. Yeah, all these leaders are actually smart. You know, like Giron Zawi. Too bad he got betrayed. If not, he could have been really great. You know. He may have cleverly concealed his hidden obsession, and with unmatched cunning deceived and exploited the Earth Federation government, inching ever closer to fulfilling his true objective. And yet he failed in the end. After a certain incident, his schemes collapsed along with the Titans. Yeah, because again he got assassinated by Sirocco. Why? Why all these leaders cut short? You know, don't keep assassinating the smart people. I think they are dead. Another late UZ is where all get absolute worse. You have two options: Jupiter Sphere, Earth Federation, or Sun Scare Empire. Or if you are an aristocrat, Cosmo Babylonia. AUG itself is from EFSF, like Titans. Creeps were basically a war between two factions in EFSF. But AUG is pretty unique because have many of Exion veterans in their ranks. Yeah, because of that Quattro Bajingan. All Psycho weapon has downsides. Zeta's biosensor will make its pilot go insane, while the Psycho frame straight up absorbs its pilot. Yeah, it's where, but that kind of weapon is insanely strong. You know, like they sacrifice the pilot to give like insane amount of strength, just like the Wing Gundam. Okay, the Zero system and the Epion. It also makes the pilot crazy, but you cannot see like how strong it is. Yeah. So pros and cons. It will be fun if we play this game, and when you're using Zeta Gundam and Camille, you actually have sanity. You know, like you cannot use Zeta Gundam for too long, otherwise you're gonna go crazy. How about that? We continue. Black Explorer, a supremacist perjury. Who is that? Black Explorer. Sorry. Correction from late UC. I mean early UC. Hathaway's plans. Hathaway is the protect, but he is also the bad guy. Yes, true. Just like in the Thunderbolt, you know. Like who's the bad guy, who's the good guy, we don't know. Don't worry, equally to being honest, Gundam UZ is pretty great. No matter who you choose have pros and cons. Yeah, that is actually really smart of Bandai, you know, because you can sympathize for both the protagonist and also the rival. So whichever side you choose, you can all enjoy the Gundam universe together. You know, that is actually really smart for Bandai. So we're gonna use Barbatus now. Let's go with the double chain step. Yep, and then let's sort. Psycho Frame and the Psychomo are terrifying when you put in consideration the most average case scenario, that is new type in charge become unstable and end up using that power against you. That is why Judo is much stronger NT than Camille. Both Zeta and Double Z had biosensor installed to them, yet Camille goes insane in the end while Judo didn't. Yes, but that just shows that Camille goes insane and becomes insanely strong. Like look at that, the Zeta becomes red, you know, like pink or red, whichever color you say that. That's why we have Camille with 970 awakened stats in this game. Like, he is so far undefeatable. Like, look at that. How many banners already come out after Camille, and still nobody can beat him in awakened stats. Like, no matter what units that you use, if you put Camille on that unit, if that unit use awakened weapon, Camille will still end up dealing the highest damage in every single unit that you use because of that 970 awakened stats. And it's insane. That's why I was also hoping that Junao gonna come out as an attacker pilot, but apparently they make him as a durability pilot. So yeah, nothing beats Camille. I choose to be on my own team. I'll 100% survive a colony drop. Are you sure? Are you sure? So I was sitting with anger. After the 1-year war, the Earth Federation poured its vast resources in rebuilding the cities of the old era. From the perspective of space noise, the restoration order was nothing more than thinly veiled, self-serving arrogance. And we've gotten what for space immigration on all humanity in the first place. The inhabitants were repeating the same mistakes they had made in the past. Yeah, really, that's true. The space noise, when they see the Earth Federation try to fix the Earth, like, you should have done that 100 years ago. So nobody need to go to space. If they can fix it now, why they cannot fix it before, like 100 years ago? You know. So yeah, it's arrogance. That's true. The same mistakes. Nevertheless, the tide of resistance against the Earth Federation swelled. Okay, so who is this guy? Anti-Earth Federation movement spread steadily among space noise. Then came UC-84, an armed organization formed around Earth Federation forces. Commodore Blacksford, perhaps better known by the acronym AUK. Oh, okay. So this is the AUK guy. Anti-Earth. What's AUK stands for? I don't know. Hey, there it is. Camille, bearing witness to those times, an AUK pilot said the following. Why can't some people see that building civilizations on the Earth also pollutes the planet? Yeah, that's true. See. Just kill everyone. Giran Zabi is the best. He knows the solution far before everybody realizes. Double G also goes rest in the end of the series to the point that its high mega cannon is melting the head. Judo activated the biosensor and taps its full potential. Isn't Camille a vegetable at the end? I don't know. Camille went insane because Sirocco messed him up with his dying breath. Maybe another Lord drop. The reason why people goes and lives in space at UZ1 because they needed to fix the Earth first. So when the time comes, people can come back. Oh, okay. But they never fix the Earth, and they already forget that a purpose, and they now hate the space noids. And the space noids also, I don't know whether they want to go back to Earth. I think it's better for them to just live in space forever. Why do you want to go back to Earth? Why? It's Wally's story, not Gundam. You know, if you want to go back to Earth, that's Wally. We prefer to live in space. Anti-Earth Union Group, AUK. Oh, okay, Anti-Earth Union Group. Camille goes insane because in the last fight with Sirocco through a powerful psychic new type attack that he used in the last second before he died, Judo didn't got that same attack. That's the OG Lord and Unicorn that done everything. The AUK and the Titans, two organizations that both emerged from the Earth Federation forces and yet both were diametrically opposed. Their conflict is remembered as the Grips War. Yeah, they are actually fighting amongst themselves. Now I understand the position of AUK Titans and Neo Zeon. Why is there a three-way battle? Yeah, the Neo Zeon still stands strong. They have the most valid reason for fighting against the AUK and the Titans. Now the AUK and the Titans are both Earth Federation. They are just fighting amongst themselves. On one side, the divide was Blacksford, leader of the AUK, on the other, Jametov Hyman, leader of the Titans. Despite their opposition, the core beliefs they held were notably similar,
地球の補
namely the preservation of the Earth.
ブレックスは
Yes, Blacks described Earth's inhabitants as people whose souls were weighed down by gravity, and he insisted that their elimination was essential for the planet's survival. Able to abide their continued presence on the planet, he believed that they had to be compelled to find a new home in space.
ところが
Fell victim to an untimely death. However, his ambition was left unachieved. He also continued endeavor in his place went on to leave a profound mark on the Earth's
そ
people.
の過程に迫り
Close analysis of those events requires a retrospective of the legacy which Black Fur left behind. Yeah, he's actually quite okay. I mean, like, he has his purpose, but he's not that ambitious.
たように
Decided by the Earth Federation's post-war efforts, accordingly, anti-Earth Federation movement steadily grew in fervor. Amidst this turmoil, emerged Black Sword, commander of the Earth Federation Space Force. Okay.
彼は月面
Through his connection with the lunar city of Granada and Anaheim Electronics had grown into a massive conglomerate, he built up his military capabilities. He was motivated over the Earth Federation's first policies and the increasingly radicalized title separation of anti-Earth Federation movements. Yeah, so that's why he got the Zeta, the technology, to be stronger than the Titans, because he allied himself with the Anaheim. And his deepest fears were born out horrifically. Okay,
ジャミトフハイマー
was the Banshee 30 incident caused by the Titans under Jamitov Haimem's command. Okay.
死者
Reclaiming the lives of some 15 million people, atrocious massacre was initially concealed not only from the public but also from the ranks of Titans themselves. Exposing the tyranny of the Titans and by association, the Earth Federation forces will never weaken the Earth Federation grips on space.
地球連邦政府は
In relation to strict control over all information, and the massacre was presented as a case of total population loss caused by rapid and
という
disease.
身から出た
Later, the Titan's actions, the Earth Federation evaded the consequences through expedition measures, a choice that will become emblematic of its submission to these giants.
その一部始終
Yeah, why the EFSF still stand?
人物の一人
Like,
ブレックス
if the people knows the truth, like Titans is EFSF, or if the few individuals came to know the entire course of events was none other than Black Swan.
ブレックスの
Hey, look at that! Quattro is here.
かばかりで
Maybe then everyone can be gleaned from the words of one of his closest associates. Hey, Quattro Bajingan. Federation acts like the next Zabi family. Can't you see that?
これは比喩にあらず
For the AU leadership, this was far from a figurative remark. On the contrary, they treated the threat with the utmost seriousness.
各して
Thus, the AU grows up in armed revolt, driven by a single conviction. Someone must put an end to the Titans. Conflict between the AU and the Titans is not only an internal one within the Earth Federation forces, but also a proxy war between the Earth Federation and Space Marines. Okay.
この歪み
This twisted conflict spiraled outward from Site 7 in UZ. Okay. Actually, AUK members is consistent of EFF members and Xeon members.
世紀から続き
Yeah, because there's Quattro and there's Camille.
他の最前線
I don't like Titans, but I really like Titans MS design. No, it's because to be honest, Anaheim Electronic are the biggest warmonger of Gundam G. Do they finance both Neo Zeon and the EFSF with the best prototype and the disposals for profit? Yeah, they're basically all weapon manufacturer in every single story. Thing is, the Titans leader wants the Titans to be his personal private military. Same goes to Shiroko. The current situation at westernmost edge of Africa stood on the front lines of the desertification that had continued unabated since the old era.
の首都機能が
It was after the one-year war ended that the Earth Federation government relocated its capital to the city.
中世紀 WO87 に勃発したエウ
Hey, look at that, the Hyakuseki.
事件に始まり旧地球連邦軍本部南米を中心に
I think they keep repeating the same story over and over again.
攻撃は多くの死者行方不明者を出し多大な経済損失を明らかに人道を逸した行動これを許し重力に魂を
The
浸
souls are緊急 Yeah, I didn't watch it. I move to see some movement of witness the power, certainly igniting debate.
しかし
Say, they were like he was sleeping at the hotel where he was staying.
この突然の
I lost shock in AU leadership and caused the whole mechanism to go wildly off course.
エウーゴは
There was a political vacuum. The suffering at the hands of the and then the day finally came.
ブレックスの
When he his last red Black's had left his dying wish with the cause it was also like Quattro Bajingan. Okay. What is the AU? It was known by another version of it. Hey. What is it? At one time went by the Sharas novel. Did he actually broadcast this? Someone who has inherited the will of Zion. Another Sharas novel as the son of Zion Daikun himself. So what are we fighting against? What is this? The Bjarlan. Hey. The very first Bjarlan. Piloted by Jared Mesa. Then we have the Zeta with Camille and DJ Amuro. Yeah, so let's continue. But without Anaheim, there is no Zeta, New, Unicorn, and C. The story will repeat over again, only changing the protagonist. Yes. Not only Zeta, New, Unicorn, and C, I think Anaheim also contributed in the Seed story, right? The Astray was made by Anaheim, I think. And then the Strike Freedom also. Basically, every time there comes out a Gundam, it's always Anaheim. Yo, the famous speech broadcast episode. Ah, there is? Okay. He actually broadcast himself as Sharas Noble then. I didn't know. I thought he only told Camille and all the AU about himself. I forgot. Yeah, I think maybe I just forgot about the story. I think Sid is not on the same universe with UC. Yeah. But they still use the name of Anaheim. They still use... I don't know. I can't remember. I think they still use the name Anaheim in the Sid story. You know, it's a different timeline. But just like the Jikwak, you know, they still have the same name, Zion, etc., etc. Otherwise, Anaheim. Anaheim didn't contribute creating the F90 and F91. No, Anaheim done nothing to do with Gundam Seed. It's holding apart those one are the Earth Alliance, F and Orb. And then I use on Seed, I think. Ah, really? I think in the story of the Seed Astray, they mentioned that there is this, Gundam maker laboratory people who made the Astray. And then something went bad, and then they leave their laboratory behind, and they leave the Astray there. And then comes the mercenary who went there, trying to salvage the broken laboratory and find the red Astray, blue Astray there, and the golden Astray went missing. I think the laboratory people was called Anaheim, right? I think. Morgan Road Inc. Oh, okay. So it's not Anaheim. Oh, okay. I think Boss Vivi got tangled in the confusing timeline of Gundams. And ready for the next batch of summons. No, it's just that even though the alternative, it's in the alternate timeline, like the name of some of the people are still the same. I think I remember seeing that, like no. The one who made for Murasame. Yeah, what's that? People. Yeah. I think the one who made Murasame. Is it Murasame? Yeah, the Murasame is there on the Sith Astray. I forgot. There is this one organization that is the same with the UC series. I just forgot which one is that. It's a different timeline. They belong to or due to a collaboration with the Earth Alliance. Anaheim is only an alternative series. Oh really? I need to watch the Sith story again. Who was that? It was of the Dakar, the title slots on the song. Because not only to the assembly, but throughout the Earth sphere, the true nature of the Titans and corruption with Earth Federation government were exposed to the clean dancing light of the sun. Come to realize that Titans through their single even more insidious than those of the Sabi family. When the space was to prevent the Earth from collapsing under the weight of humanity, and then we pushed the biosphere out into space, people fell under the illusion that they had attained the very power of humanity. Yeah, they will share a history of allowing forces like the Sabi family to run them all. And never again allow that history to repeat itself. But he did. He then repeat the history with the Sazabi. So they believe that by magic is very we never stop defiling the earth. Saiyans all have one thing in common. Their souls are weighed down by the earth, and that's why they are trying to devour it. Ooh, that is actually smart. He broadcast it even in the Titans itself. Yeah. He's really smart. Look at that. Char. He makes the Titans question himself. Murasame Labs that belong to the EFSF rather than the name of more Murasame is simply because 4 is the number for test of gene minerals the Murasame Labs. That's why that name. Yeah. But that means that the Murasame laboratory is in both the Sith Astray and also the UC series. I have 50 episodes of Sith, another 50 episodes of Destiny, and 1 movie boss. No, I don't need to watch 50 episodes. I only need to watch the first one. One thing I know anime actually exists on Pacific Rim universe. Just for only cameo. One way this famous pre-broadcast episode happened after the episode where Murasame died. Yeah, too bad. For Murasame, never heard of that. Designed to Black's prevent fees for medical is immigration into cell remain unfulfilled. Again, a conflict within the Blacks and the myth of Hymen. One side, although united in the belief that humanity is not polluted, they are belonging to the same service, failure to share that common purpose and class. Okay. And then Camille. They need to be destroyed are those whose souls are weighed down by the earth. So many people die for that is wrong. The cries of despair who point the griefs for echoed in vain. Yeah, Camille also died. Not died, I mean like become a vegetable there. Years later, 93, Zion's famed hero of the 1-year war, the Red Command took the stage of history once more. Yeah, look at that! Char's counterattack. The flame was that of Neo Zion's leader, and his motivation was to first the Earth Federation. Yeah, I think when he is still Quattro, like he has hope that the Earth will be better. But after a while, that he lose that hope, you know, like it's hopeless to hope for the Earth to change himself. So he gonna change the Earth by himself. To be continued. Shara's novel, The Wages of Sin. Nice. Grim 2 as Unicorn Gundam cameo. No BB Murasame is a section of research team of Titans. Murasame in Gundam Seed is a unit not alive aside of the Murasame issues by a faction name or nothing related to the Huh? Okay. So it's a totally different one then. What is it? A gallery. Story review. The Seed Astray. Yeah, this one. The story, the first story.
Oh yeah, it's Morgan Road. Oh, okay. モビルスーツの開発。しかし戦争が激化する中、オーブ五大氏族の一つサハク家は連合軍から入手した技術を投用し、アストレイ王道ではな。だがやがて連合軍のモビルスーツ開発。
Oh yeah. So who uses Murasame again? Maybe. Yeah, maybe in the Double Z story. I mistook it in the Double Z story then. Yeah. Yeah. So that is that. Yeah, that's why. It's confusing. Let's skip Double Z story. Murasame is one of Orb Mobile Shield. Ah, okay. Yeah, maybe that's where the confusion starts. So yeah, let's continue with the event. Let's go. So now, yeah, they skip the Double Z. I think because in the Double Z story, there is no particular leader that is worth mentioning. What happens in the Double Z story again? I forgot. Judah went and tried to salvage a spaceship, and then he was caught by the EFSF, I think. No, the AUK. Yeah, he got caught by the AUK, and then he got recruited because of what? Somebody attacked them? Were they fighting? Yeah, they were fighting against Neo Zeon, right? And then Judah got recruited by Bright Noah, and then he was given the Double Z, and then they continue fighting against Neo Zeon. They are fighting against Haman. Yeah, that's the story of Double Z. So there was no particular leader in the Double Z story, so that's why they skipped the Double Z, and then straight into Char here. Murasame is actually the main mass production MS of Orb during Destiny. So you are referring VV is a unit. Search in the development. Yeah, I know. I know that Murasame, but I thought the Murasame laboratory is there because they have the Murasame unit. So let's continue with the SAR. Now we have another unit that we can use in here. So who else have double chance them? Setsuna, let's go. Ta-da! This is why the more double chance step pilot you have, the better it is to clear stories.
一年戦争
Okay, this one, and the rebellion led by Neo Zeon. Ooh, Yakusiki is broken. Hey, Haman!
様々な
The scale have arisen across the Earth sphere, but what cause lay at the root of them all?
争いか
Or struggle, anger at the corrupt regime? Or was it something else entirely?
繰り返された
Endless cycle of war placed severe strain on the lives of space marines, ultimately creating countless refugees. One man was about to make a choice that would put his own future at stake. Yeah, like basically, Shar actually said, "Fuck it, I will do it myself." Yeah.
最後の決断と
What follows is an explanation of that final decision made by Shah, the Red Command, and the resistance which he led.
一年戦争で
In 1 year, that legendary pilot struck fear into the heart of every soldier in the Earth Federation forces. Yeah, he was hiding and become their best soldier. And then in the Grips War, he disguised himself as Quattro. And, he wanted to be just working in the shadow, pushing the dead guy into the leader of AU. But eventually he got assassinated, and he took the leadership himself.
この
You know, I can understand Shar. Like he tried to do everything from the shadow because he carries the name of Zeon himself. Okay, he just don't want to be in the spotlight, so he tried his best to do everything from the shadow. And in the Shar's counterattack, like I said, like he said, "Fuck it, I will do it myself." Yeah, well, those two were in fact the same man. Both names were but aliases.
彼の
Yes, his true name was Kasfal Remdeikun. Look at that, Kasfal
キャスパルは宇宙
was born into one of the most consequential bloodlines in the Universal Century.
彼の父
Yeah, his father was Yunzam Daikun, a former Earth Federation Parliament member who became the founding father of the Republic of Zeon.
人々の
Fine, adopted me.
称賛を浴びながら
Wait, he is the father of the Republic of Zeon, right? So he is actually. Wait, but who is the Giran Zabi just now? He was the founder of the Principality of Zeon, right? But Republic of Zeon comes out after Principality of Zeon. But then Shiar is already there in the Principality of Zeon. So that means that Zeon Zum Daikun should still be alive when Giran Zabi got assassinated. And then he created the Republic of Zeon, isn't it? Kasfal undoubtedly felt pride as he watched his father serve the public under the weight of their expectations and admiration.
その
Many believe the space knight called for independence,
連邦政府に
voiced by Zeon Zum Daikun before the Earth Federation stemmed from such circumstances as this. To restore Earth's natural environment, humanity is the species responsible for destroying it.
原因たる
Look at this home into space.
その居住
But I think the Zeon's
ではならない
Wait, they use Zeon's name to create the Zeon, right? But they say he created Republic of Zeon, but the Principality of Zeon came before the Republic of Zeon. What? Which one? Which one happened first? The hell? Basically, in Double Z occurred two important events. One, the Neo-Zeon Civil War, and the creation of cyber new types. So the cyber new type already introduced during Zeta series. Former SMA is a cyber new type. Yeah, that's true. Quattro is an amazing pilot. He 1v2 both Sirocco and Haman in already outdated MS of that time. The maybe home screen, we need the UR Hyakusiki. Yeah, we need the UR Hyakusiki. Yeah, but I mean the creation of cyber new types more in reference by colonization rather than the full frontal, the Plus, Marida, and other. Yeah, I think the cyber new type that they release in the Zeta story is kind of like the prototype. They just develop the technology, release the form Murasame, and then after that, they mass produce the technology on the Double Z. Shinzo Daikun was neither an extraordinary being nor a radical ideal. The much is evident from the validity of his arguments. He called on the Earth Federation to live up to its original purpose and fulfill the Space Immigration Act from the old era, not through force but through politics. Yeah. That's why. See, I told you, Zeon is the good guy. Amongst the cabinet members and privileged class who arbitrarily applied the special provisions of the Space Immigration Act to continue enjoying life on Earth, his arguments largely fell on deaf ears. Ultimately, the Space Immigration Act was suspended before its goal could be attained, and they could declare independence from the Earth Federation. Establishing his base on Site 3 on UC-58, he founded the Republic of Zeon. See? Yeah. Wait. That means that he leaves first before the Giren Zabi. So the Principality of Zeon. So it started as Republic of Zeon, and then it changed to Principality of Zeon, and then goes back to Republic of Zeon. So that's what happens, okay? Yeah, look at that. Zeon Zum Daikun met a sudden death. There are some who say it was an assassination carried out by the Zabi family. Yeah, look at him. That's the guy. Who is that? The father of Giren Zabi. What was his name again? I forgot. Was transformed into a supremacist ideology, culminating in the rise of the Principality of Zeon. Oh yeah, see? Yeah, I was right. So Republic of Zeon first, founded by Zeon Zum Daikun, and then goes into Principality of Zeon because it was led by the Zabi family. And then Shiar only becomes the Red Comet in there, and it goes back to Republic of Zeon after the death of Giren Zabi. Haswal Daikun's legitimate son lost his birthright. He survived by taking a new name and living in exile. Thus Shiar's Nebula was born. Hey. And there is also his sister, right? Sayla. Yeah, Sayla. A specially designed colony that was constructed to shelter the swelling masses of refugees. Due to its rust, construction of makeshift solution in which closed and open type colonies were forced together was employed, resulting in what was regarded as a perilously unstable structure. Yeah, but I mean the creation of cyber new types which give us. Do you mean the clones of LPO Play 2 and Ready? The Cruise spoiler warning. Chronology for Zeon. First the Republic of Zeon, later Principality of Zeon, Axis Zeon, Neo Zeon, Sleeves, and finally Republic of Zeon again. Okay. Technically, it's not a spoiler. The history of Unicorn is already in the game. Zeon is still governed by Shiar's dad. It's still a good guys. But after Zabil took the leadership, that's when it becomes bad guys. Yeah, that's why Shiar becomes the Red Comet. And then he wanted to, how to say, still be in Zeon, but wants to change the Zeon back into its Republic of Zeon, the previously one. And then once the Giren Zabi is dead, and then he knows that Zeon is going into the right path again, and then he goes to Earth, trying to negotiate so that the space noids can go back to Earth. But then met with the Ayuk and Titans, and then things becomes complicated again. And when he wants to go back to Zeon, there comes Haman. And he needs to fight against Haman because now Zeon has a different ideology. It becomes a Neo Zeon. And then, after all those things, he just took Zeon himself and, tried to go back to Earth again. Like bring the whole space noids back to Earth again. Unicorn without narrative story. Yeah, I think narrative will become an event story than main story. Yeah, maybe. I'm gonna go away the Golden Arrows as the Earth Federation. Anti-Earth Federation organization for the ideology of Daikun, they call themselves Neo Zeon.
反地球連邦政府組織であった。その総帥こそが
He was none other than Kasfal, the orphan son of Zeon Sumdaikun. So say he was better known as Shara's Naval. Where is Haman?
0093
Like Neo Zeon was founded by Haman first.
地球連邦政府および
You see, Shar called for the purse of the Earth Federation and all those who remain on it.
資源採掘
Plan to drop the mighty asteroid if he flew down the planet. If this hits the Earth, temperature will drop so much it will be uninhabitable. It will be a nuclear winter. We only care about themselves. That's why I have decided to exterminate them. Yeah, he tried to negotiate with the Earth Federation on the Zeta story and even on the Double Z story, and he failed. Like the Earth is too corrupted to change their ways, so it's better to just kill them all. Yeah, he comes to that conclusion after going through 3 different series. Yeah. But he's still a good guy, you know. Like when Amuro has no chance to fight back against his Sazabi, he actually gave the what is that? The unit, right? The Gyaradoga to Amuro so that he can build the new Gundam. Boss is already gonna leave you early. Gonna very tired. See you again next time. Okay, thanks for coming. Bye bye. Give the Psycho Frame tag to Amuro out of pride. Yeah, see, I told you. Char is still a good guy. He could have just killed Amuro there and there.
シャアの反乱に対し
So contrast to Char's swift and meticulously planned rebellion, the Earth Federation forces' response was plainly sluggish. Wait, I'm gonna AFK for a little bit. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so yeah, you know what I did? I'm actually bringing snack. I mean, like, I'm thinking these are all stories, so might as well think of me as watching Netflix here. So yeah, I'm bringing snacks. Let's go. Like within the Earth Federation forces, only the Londo Bell Task Force took decisive action. Uh-huh. When we break my armor, get away from the one you are there. What? Yeah, the fifth Luna still dropped. This is why you say it, you like the Londo Bell, right? I think it's also because of Bright Noah. From the very beginning, Bright Noah has always been good, right? Yeah. So I can imagine the the pressure for Hathaway Noah to succeed his dad. Yeah, who's gonna support Amuro when they are trying to find Shar? If they are asking for support from the Space Noise, like I bet all the Space Noise are supporting Neozion by now. Yeah, see, I told you. Oh, look at that. That's the Resin Snyder's Gyaradoga. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. You know, put the Earth back to Mother Nature. Kill all the humans, wait for 100 years, and the Earth is going to fix itself. Yeah, that's true. Shar has all the makings of a true leader, excepting the spine to become one. Accepting for the role of a mobile suit pilot, he sells himself short. He will be the Prime Minister of the Earth Federation instead. Maybe it took him 10 or 20 years, he thinks. Once you knew that Shar was the son of Zion Daikun, I can expect him to seek legitimate political grievances. The Earth Federation rather than violent one. Yeah, see, like I told you, like, because of that Space Emigration Act, all these wars happened.
球寒冷化作戦の発動に際し、彼はシャアとしてジオン公国軍人として一年戦争を戦い、クワトロの名でその過程で地球連邦政府の腐敗を目の当たりにし、
See, there's no more hope for the Earth. Yeah, after joining the Earth Federation and saw everything so close, then yeah, he already lose all hope for Earth to open their eyes.
このままでは地球が救われることは恣意的に運用され、形骸化した宇宙移民法、是正される見込みがないとすれば、その思いがアクシズを地球に落下させて、核の冬によって
Yeah, long live Char.
父の死後シャアとなり、そして地球を守り、くしくもそれは父ジオンが目指したものである。シャア・アズナブルによるアクシズを落とし、出し抜かれた格好の地球寒冷化作戦は未遂。第6
Yeah, I think in the
ショック
Axis shop.
食材
I think on the last second on the Char's counterattack, I remember showing the we saw the scene where Char himself and Amuro tried to stop the Axis drop, right? So he actually stopped his action himself. How many stories are there? We have so many here. Yeah, we have 5 more. I guess, is there anything else that we can do? Like, I actually have one more thing that I want to do, but I think I'm just gonna do it off stream because we've already tried the preemptive strike. We already analyzed the whole banner, the whole unit, including the fierce enemy assault and also the Changemakers units. So the only things left is to see how strong C Gundam is. Okay, so I can actually already borrow my brother's account and try out the C Gundam, but I think I'm gonna do it in a separate video. Okay, like I do want to test a lot of possibilities, like how strong C Gundam is compared to other units. So that means that I'm gonna need to keep changing units. So probably not a good idea to do it live. I'm just gonna, as usual, if I do compare a couple of units, then I'm gonna record it first, and then we're gonna analyze it using, VLC player. Yeah. So for now, for tonight, let's just enjoy the story in here. So let me see, who else has double chance step? No more, right? Let's just go with Big Sam. Rearrange. Ada. And sortie. We actually only requires 15,000 combat power to clear this stage.
サイド1ロン
Side 1, Londonian.
その番号が示す通り人類が宇宙ここは第二次ネオジオン戦争当時新生ネオジオン総帥シャー・アズナブルが訪れ極秘会合が起こった地球連邦政府高官はもちろん当時の地球連邦政府参謀次長が列席しておりこの時地球連邦政府の要人たちは自分たちが踊らずその交渉に立ち会った会計監査局員の証言によると会合の場に暗躍していたシャー・アズナブルそんな彼を必要に追うアムロレイ大尉である一年戦争当時サイド7で暮らしていた非
Oh, Amuro came from Side 7.
登場し
Okay.
ジオン公国軍に恐れられた
Yeah, see, so the important one is Side 7.
彼は一年戦争終結後も退役することなくクリプス戦役シャー・アズナブルとアムロ・レイ彼らは
Yeah, that's where they tried to stop the Axis drop. In the year 93, they both disappear. Yep, Changemakers is longer than the Hathaway story, or say yes. Yeah, the Hathaway story only have 3 stages. Like, what's up with that? They haven't finished the movie. Oh, let me say it. I think next time we do live stream, maybe we're gonna watch the movie together on Netflix. Maybe we can do that. Let's go. Axis shock.
連邦軍と新生ネオジオンの戦いに居合わせた2人の男とその天幕シャアの反乱当時アムロレイ大尉はシャア・アズナブル総帥とロンデニオンで接触していたことが嫌気がさした宇宙移民を推進しながら自分たちは地球で暮らす者たちにそれがシャア・アズナブル地球を独占している地球居住者たちは9世紀の人種差別と同様に
Oh, I can understand this. Yeah. Maybe from Shar's perspective, like, you know, back then when Earth becomes worse, you know, their solution is to go to space. But then there are some people who decided to stay back in Earth and they become arrogant, you know. So I can understand if Shar thought that, you know, those people actually planned this. They already they pushed the agenda for Space Noid project, but they already planned to stay behind on Earth to monopolize the Earth for themselves. Yeah, if the people back then who decided to stay behind actually have a hidden agenda, you know, they said that they're gonna fix the Earth so that the space noids can come back later to inhabit the Earth again. But if back then they are already evil, they Shar believed that they already thought to monopolize the Earth from the very beginning. Oh, yeah. So that's why Shar decided to just kill everyone who decided to stay back at Earth.
死滅させる戦争につながったがこれを解決すべき組織である当然阻むべき地球環境
Amuro smelling sharp person. I think they already been together for so long that they don't just meet and fight on the battlefield. They also already understands like each other's purpose.
しかしアムロレイは人の愚かさを理解した上で今もなお地球
Yeah, see, Amuro understood Shar. He knows his purpose is valid, but he tried to fix it his own way too. In his own way. Yeah, see, they both love the earth equally. They understood one another, still they never truly joined forces. So I'm lucky to have both, I have Amuro attacker and also Shar attacker, and I've been using both of them a lot. They are the very best pilot that is very, very versatile, very, very strong. They both have double chance tap, very useful in both PvE and PvP. So yeah, Bandai actually knows what they are doing. They make two of the best pilot from the story. There we go, the new Gundam. There's one snake. Open up the next snake. You have to do better. Saber's weaker than this. It had been for you. Are they gone? Wait, what? It's cleared? Yeah, both Shar and Amuro were declared missing in action. I think Bandai avoided killing the character just so that they can use them again in the future. Yeah, maybe after Hathaway's story, then we're gonna be able to see Shar and Amuro in an island becoming a retired. Maybe. Their rivalry are top 5 in anime history. Yeah, that's true. Me too. I use them a lot. Yeah. Only one that can actually surpass them in all of Gundam is honestly just Camille. If he doesn't become a vegetable after the original Z anime. Ya, mau udah coba gacha banner baru kah? Udah dong. Dan kita nggak dapat apa-apa. Some have, however, raised doubts about the outcome of this operation based on the testimonies of surviving soldiers.
落下軌道を恐れる間際アムロレイ大尉が
Recent
登場する
recent tragedy observed a mysterious luminous phenomenon surrounding the new Gundam pilot by Lieutenant Amuro-ray.
通称
Yeah, that's the Psychomo.
地球連邦政府の公式見解ではこの事象を非常に前
Natural phenomenon.
その後証言だけでなくさまざまな記録がジャーナリストや関係者から提出されることになるがこうしてシャアの反乱は終結したその後残党らによる局地的な争いの発生はあれど地球連邦政府に背く者はいなくなったそういう時代を迎えた
Yeah, after the Neo Zeon led by Shiar is finished, then there's nothing more for them, right? And what was the unicorn fighting against? I forgot. Yeah, it's a totally different organization, right? Like, who was the Banshee again? I already forget the unicorn story. Where did the Banshee came from?
ギレンザビジャミトフハイバその方法や論法そして過激さの程度に違いはあれど地球を保護すべき神聖なものとして扱いすべての人類を宇宙へと意味彼らはその願いを果たすべく地球連邦政府に挑んだ
See, to realize that dream, they rose up against the Earth Federation, fighting for Mother Earth and the future of the species. The Earth Federation is the bad guys. The hell? Their dream is good. Look at that.
だが
However, it was nothing but a dream. And in UC-100, when the autonomy of the Republic of Zero was given to the Earth Federation under the accord that ended the one-year war.
これまで幾度もの戦争を経て指摘され続けた
So the Earth Sphere has been condemned to a inevitable state of war for allowing Earth's inhabitants, specifically cabinet members of the Earth Federation government, to subsist in Space Immigration
地球
Act.
圏の管理体制
Berapa kali pull bang? Sekali doang. They confirmed that in the Unicorn series, their spirit appeared alongside Lala to help stop Frontal. Oh no! Why? Ini baru yang preemptive attack rada nyebelin di Eternal Road-nya. Tough as nail. Oh ya? Unicorn episode 4. VA. Okay.
この体制が
I'm fair to say that this system has been normalized.
シャアの反乱以降地球居住者は減るどころか増加の一途をたどるその大部分が政府関係閣僚及び関係者最終週正当な
Rifle Prophet King. Who is that? Oh, Hathaway. Yeah, the rightful Prophet King is Hathaway, Noah. So yeah, in the unicorn story, they have nothing to do with Neo Zeon or the dreams of restoring Earth anymore.
性摘発
The unicorn is just it's just a rivalry battle, a normal one. There is no dream, nothing, no big purpose behind their battle.
重武装と装甲車さらにモビルスーツまでもが運用され逃亡を摘発される彼らはいわゆる地球連邦政府による許可を得ぬまま地球に滞在している者たちのことを指し
Oh yeah, I just
戦争で
I still remember this one because we just did the Hathaway story. So yeah, the Hathaway story, the Earth Federation now is so strong because Neo Zeon is no more here, so nobody can oppose them. So they are banning the space noids from even coming back to Earth. The hell? Earth is the bad guys.
この後宇宙へと強制連行され裁きを受け地球で暮らす。それは宇宙世紀 O105 宇宙移民法の特例事項が生み出した差別は色濃く地球居住者の
Yeah, I think this current banner and the story and everything is really good for people who knows nothing about Gundam to start playing Gundam. Like they really plan this out, you know. I can recommend a lot of people to start playing Gundam, and just by following up the pacemaker, I mean the Changemakers, they can understand the whole story of the Gundam. Yeah.
残るは特権階級者たちの社会生活を支え生活を彩るために必要とされた地球で暮らす人口が旧暦20世紀前半程度の数になるといよいよ地球はその自然を回復する兆しを見せ住みやすくなっていった。これはスペースノイドにとって皮肉である。このような情勢を地球連邦政府は都合よく解釈し全人類の宇宙意味あるいは地球環境の改善の兆しを持って
No wonder Hathaway Noah now becomes the bad guys. You know, like the Earth breaks their promise. You know, now that they are fixing the Earth is getting better to be inhabitable. They ban all the space noise from coming back to Earth. What the hell? That is the very promise that they, made in the first place.
だが地球で暮らす者たちはその独善を否定ではスペースノイドはどうか。しかし隔離された空間宇宙に密閉されたスペースノイドの意志は中央政府までは届かない。
Yeah. Look at that. As long as the space noids are still in space, they ban any space noise coming back to Earth. Their complaint will all be in space. Nobody on Earth will listen to that. And after 100 years of doing this, nobody on Earth will remember there are space noids anymore. And they can just, monopolize the Earth by themselves, making all the space noids looks like alien. Yeah. So I can understand why Mafty becomes Mafty, you know. Even with how corrupt the Earth Federation is, nothing is as evil as the Sun Scare Empire in Victory or Jupiter Empire in Crossbone Gundam. They're chasing the Laplace box since it contains secrets the EFF doesn't want to reveal, and Unicorn is the key to find those. Oh yeah. The Unicorn story is all about revealing the very first promise that the Earth Federation made that actually shows that Neo Zeon is never wrong. Yeah, I remember that. Neo Zeon was never wrong. Dang it. Are humans scared with space noise because of their new type skill? Human from space is an alien for them. Yeah. Was by the effort and took action. They chose to resist through the grim means of terrorism. Oh my god. I feel like this kind of story becoming more and more similar to Final Fantasy story. You know, in Final Fantasy story, most of the time, the rebellion, the terrorists are all the main character. Like the government are so corrupt, they are the bad guys. So in Final Fantasy stories, mostly the main characters are thief, bandits, thugs, mercenaries, all those people who rebel against the officials. And that's why in Final Fantasy there's the judge, as the guardian of the government, the final boss, not the final boss. I mean, like one of the bosses that you fight in Final Fantasy, they are basically the police. So now the story of the Gundam goes into that way, like we having the terrorists. I feel like I want to watch this Hathaway story. Yeah. Let's get out. Let's bring out my Netflix someday, and I'm gonna watch the Hathaway story. Let's go. Let's do that. I heard it's in Netflix, right? Should be. I don't know. Is it illegal to watch Netflix together? I don't know. I need to research on that. Yeah.
月地球を飛行するシャトルである。このシャトルに搭乗できるのは高級ラウンジのようなインテリアはしかし宇宙世紀ハイジャックである。政府閣僚とその家族など数名が犠牲になったこの事件はこの将校が後にキルサラの偶然にもこのシャトルには地球連邦軍の英雄的将校の息子ハイジャックを受けたハウンゼンは
Oh yeah, by the way, the pilot for Penelope is what was that names again? Laun, I forgot. Yeah, Kenneth is the commander, right? But we never seen him riding a Gundam. So what is his Gundam? What is his unit? He's an officer, right? He should have piloted a Gundam before or a unit. So do you guys know his unit? Or maybe it's not yet in the movie, but I'm looking forward to the fight between Hathaway Noah and Kenneth.
搭乗者たちは軍の監視下に入り、警察ではなく軍が介入したことにはもちろん理由がある。このハイジャック事件の実行犯が反地球連邦政府運動マフティ。しかし
Yeah, like because we just did the Hathaway story, so this story is still fresh in my mind. So I still remember this. Wait, what? Hey! Did they change? He probably won't pilot mobile suit. He is a captain. Really? But still, like there should be a time where he thinks that everybody cannot do their job, so he's just gonna do it himself, and he gonna use a Gundam himself, maybe. Because this guy, what is his name? Lane Aim. Like it looks like he's already done, right? On the last battle with the Sea Gundam, he lost, and he actually, because he is so, I don't know, he is so proud of himself that I don't think he's gonna go back to fight Hathaway again. Let's be honest, the real villain is Anaheim Electronics, as they always get profit from all the wars because everybody go to them for mobile suits until a different company made better mobile suits. So it only has one movie so far, and it's a trilogy of movies. They're working on the other two. Okay, everyone is good at pilot mobile suit. Aim is the main rifle. Okay. So yeah, maybe. But at the very least, we might be getting a Kenneth supporter ship, right? Maybe a support ship with Kenneth as the icon there. Maybe if we ever get another, another Hathaway banner. Because the Penelope already got destroyed, right? So they need to create a new Gundam there. It might be like the Strike Freedom story. Like there's gonna be an upgraded version of Sea Gundam, and there's an upgraded version of Penelope. And with the new, supporter ship led by Kenneth, I can probably see that happening. Yeah. Not that yet though, and he's unstable, so losing to Hathaway will make him hate Hathaway more. Yeah, he gonna hate Hathaway more, but usually if you already use, if you already use hatred into fighting the main character, usually they end up dead. Usually, if somebody already hates someone so much, they gonna end up dead. Looking at all the anime I've watched and read so far, that's what always happens for people who hates the main character so much. They end up dead. So I was hoping that Kenneth will, just do everything himself. Hey, rank 71. Barabatos. Yes, a support suit. No, it can still be repaired. It said in the story. Yeah, but if it is repaired, it can be a different unit, just like Barbatos, Like Barbatos got repaired a lot, and now we have 6 Barbatos. we have 6 different Barbatos in this game, just because they keep repairing him. So maybe it gonna comes out Penelope 2.0, a totally different Penelope. Who knows? So let's continue. Hathaway Part 2 is being released next year, January 30th. Part of the reason this banner is up to February and Changemakers is up to March. Will not spoil how we'll die. Huh? How can you spoil? Is the Hathaway story been released before, or is it based on novel? Lane will always lose to Mafty. He's just say he lost the battle but win the war. Novel. Okay, there's a novel for it. Okay, no spoiler. Yeah. I do want to watch the movie, so yeah, I'm gonna follow the movie story. If it only comes out one out of the trilogy, then I can still Wait, the hell? Oh, yeah. We return after that story. So I want to follow the story from the movie. So actually, now that I understand the story a lot more, like Sea Gundam and Penelope is not such a bad unit, you know. I can understand the reasoning behind them, and they are currently like the most advanced technology the UC series can have, you know. And I also saw the story in the Hathaway story that Sea Gundam is actually really fast, you know, like that moment when he fell from the space using that capsule, and Hathaway need to get out from that capsule using the Sea Gundam. He actually moves insanely fast and ended up behind the Penelope in a blink of an eye. So that explains why he has 7 movement. Yeah, that is insane. Like that kind of movement is insanely fast. I don't know. Like I think F91 is it a totally different story, or I mean, like, is it a UC series or is it an alternative series story? I don't know. Like if F91 is in UC, then I can understand why the F91 has, like, you know, an upgraded version of the Sea Gundam. Like they making faster and faster Gundam.
人類の歴史を見れば水は低きに流れるとも言う
But Unicorn is stronger. Unicorn lore base 2 OP, I think. Ito Solvaster is the most fastest with best specs in UC, but Unicorn is still the most powerful using mobile shield because of full Psycho Frame. Nah, Hello Kitty is the strongest Gundam. What the fuck? I thought when I talked to my brother, like I long time ago, I asked this question, like which Gundam is the strongest, and he actually said it's the Turn A Gundam. So I don't know. I totally have no idea about the Gundam story back then. I just you know, trust him. Turn A is the strongest Gundam in every single Gundam story. I don't know if that is true or not, but yeah.
ある人はこれをマフティはその重力に引き寄せられながら新たな
Honestly, I prefer the side story or spin-off from OYW. What is One Year War? Then the continuation of modern UC era. But the side story was surprising. I hope Well Rider and S Gundam story will be released too. Yeah, just like the G-Quacks. I like the G-Quack story a lot because even though it's an alternative universe, but it shows the 1 Year War again, the 1 Year War story, like what happens after the 1 Year War. Okay, like if they keep making the story of you know, the different side of the 1 Year War, like probably they could have go like this, like what happens when the 1 Year War was happening on space. There might be something happening in Africa, you know, like there might be a small rebellion goes on in Africa, like they found out you know, a unit, a totally new unit in there, and they fought in Africa, like behind the scenes, you know. So that might be a good idea to make that kind of story. What was the year for 130 UC? I don't know. Just googled Hello Kitty Gundam, lol, so cute. Yeah. I also saw that once. Turn A Dark History. It is. Turn A Gundam. Unicorn is only strongest in UC. Okay. Turn A has a power to destroy all technology, and it comes at the end of every universe. Okay, no wonder. Yeah.
彼らの主張を
The position war in re-examination. They are not tempted to overthrow the Earth Federation.
地球連邦
Are they are breeding with the government to be its original purpose? Yeah, true. See, like they back down on their promise. Their promise to you know have the space nodes comes back to Earth after they fix the Earth. But now they are not fulfilling that promise. So yeah, that's where the Mafty comes.
だが彼らは武力と暴力で世界が変えられるでは彼らは一体何を果たし彼らの願う世界のタイムリミットは先行のハサウェイキル系の
Ooh, look at that! To be continued in Hathaway, the story of Nim Cersei. Like we already got the story just now. So is this continuation story?
人は何を持ってい
Ooh,
る
what is this?
政府の特権階級によって人類が支配された地球。
Oh, this is the trailer for the movie.
対峙する者をつなぐ一人の少女。
危険な少女と接触してしまった
うまくいくかな。
私は預言者ではなくてよ
Oh my god, I actually like the
水の下
architecture
に
so
行っちゃうんじゃ
much.
ないかな
人類の希望になると願った男の正義が揺らいでいく。
全てが狂っている
勝った者が正義になるということを胸に刻め。
誰かがやらなければならないことさ
じゃああなたが神になればいいハサウェイ・ノア
Hathaway Noah. Gigi is so gorgeous. Yeah, that blue eyes and blonde hair. It's actually like, you know, the most beautiful color combination and also the most mysterious, you know. That's why it's mysteriously beautiful if a girl has that kind of hair and eye, you know. MSA Team and War in the Pocket are there. There is a trailer on the game. Trailer for the movie. Yeah, the trailer for the movie. So let's watch that. Okay. But I don't know, like watching a science fiction movie, especially the anime, I always love the architecture in that movie. Like looking at the buildings, looking at their you know, houses and living environment. It's so modern. But and also because it is anime, it feels so clean, so tidy. So I feel like I always feel like I want to live in that kind of you know, place. You know. So I love just now the trailer. Hey, we're fighting against RX-78.
一気に殲滅するぞ。
仕留めます
Hey, Lala, he's here.
どこ見てんだ
Oh, no story on hard stage. Yeah, there's no story on the hard stage. So it's only an upgrade to the SSR. So that's the story of the Mobile Suit Gundam with all the Xeon character. And then what's happening in here? Let's see. Oh, this is the Zeta story. Okay. Look at that, there's also Cubely. So basically in this hard stage and basically all the Changemakers, we are actually siding with the bad guys here. And they are telling the story from the perspective of the non-Earth Federation. Yeah, that's basically the summary of what's happening in the Changemakers. They actually gives like the whole perspective on the story of Gundam. Like usually when we watch the Gundam story, like we saw the perspective of the main character, and because the main character comes mostly from the Earth Federation, we see it from the Earth Federation's perspective. And when we play the story stage, we also sided with the Zeta Gundam, the Double Z Gundam, etc. And the enemies are Dio, the Palace 18, the Cubely. Now in these Changemakers, our allies actually are all the Xeon, the Neo Xeon, etc., etc. You know, and we are fighting against all the Earth Federations, all the good guys, the main characters. Oh no, how many is that? Titans is technically still Earth Federation. Yeah. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. We never sided with the Titans. So only in this story we sided with the Titans. Ta-da! That's stage 3. So this should be the Double Z Gundam story. I think. Yeah. This should be the Double Z Gundam. Or maybe it goes to the Char counterattack. Maybe. Because of the story. Yeah, it goes into Char's counterattack. So there is no Double Z. It jumps to the Char's counterattack. Char is there. Ooh, with Questpara, yeah. And Jack Doga. Yune. Jeng jeng. Hey, there's Hathaway Noir riding the J-Gun. The Z Gundam story wasn't that impactful of an event in UC history, especially because Char wasn't even involved in it. By UC 130, the Z Gundam was Remember as the last and biggest mobile ship before the F-91 era. After that, tech got so advanced that ships didn't need to be huge miniaturized reactors, better beam. Efficiency and the formula project made smaller units faster, cheaper, and just as powerful. Oh yeah, so that makes sense. Like they might use the C Gundam's technology and cram it into F-91. Okay, so that's the Changemakers. That's nice. So yeah, it is recommended for newer players to finish the story and then finish the Changemakers. We still have a lot of times. You know, it lasts until 31st of March. So everybody can read the story of the Gundam universe from this event. So that's nice. Yeah. And yeah, we've already finished everything. Let me see. We got the Hakusiki, right? The Hakusiki support. So I'm gonna grab that. Where is it? Oh yeah, I also MLB the Astaroth. Nice. Look at that. The one we pulled just now. Although the Astaroth Rhinoceros is better than this guy. So there is no use of that guy anymore. Look at that, Yakusiki. Tada. He actually looks so cool in here, you know. But too bad it's not a UR. So I also have no use for you. And we have this guy. The full armor, I only have 2. Okay. So yeah, that's everything. Oh yeah, there is a scout. Ooh, look at that. Government Nobile. So let's scout all of these guys and we're gonna take a look at their SP conversion stats. Let's go. Whether they are worth using or not. Okay, so let's sort this based on series. Where is the Hathaway? Tada! Let's see, Emeralda. SP converting. Ooh, 800 melee support pilot. This is nice. Like we rarely ever have a melee support pilot. So this is from the Shares counterattack too. So that means that I can use her to pilot the Resin Snyder's Gyaradoga and use the support attack. There's also attack burst and oh no, it's Mafty. What the hell? Yeah, this guy is not melee. It's range. So we don't have a melee unit for her to pilot. Shit. That's bad. Okay, next. Ini banner baru belum ada bansos ya? Belum kayaknya. Soalnya kan nanti nunggu ini. Kalau udah di pool sama banyak orang, terus nanti top spend di Google Play, nanti baru kita dapat 3.000 bansosnya. All of them are mid. Okay, Hathaway is UC 105 while F91 UC 123 and Victory is UC 153. Okay, lumayan 10 pool. It surprised me how Penelope is actually better than the Z Gundam. First non-limited being better than the limited. Now, in terms of utility and for free-to-play players, the Penelope is better than the Sea Gundam. But for a pay-to-win players, the Sea Gundam is actually really, really good. You know, I'm gonna show you guys in maybe the next time I make a video, because I'm gonna show you guys like how strong is that EFSF tech counter is. Okay. And also I've already tried using my brother's account. The Sea Gundam actually deals insane amount of damage, because that EFSF counter tag almost always get triggered because of how many EFSF units out there. So yeah, the Sea Gundam, and also the increase of that weapon effect and also the supercharge, the Sea Gundam actually deals very, very high damage. You know, not as Gold Gundam high damage or the Barbatus high, but it's still considerably high. You know, compared to like probably someone like Zeta or Strike Freedom or High New, like it's comparable to those three units. You know, the damage. So for newer players, this Sea Gundam, if you do want to MLB this Sea Gundam, it's actually a really good choice, you know, because usually for free-to-play players, you don't have enough diamond to pull enough on a banner before the banner is gone. Because usually the banner only lasts for a month, and you cannot collect diamonds fast enough to do enough pull to MLB your unit within that month. As a free-to-play players, you have no choice but to spend money on a banner if you do want to MLB your unit. But because this banner lasts until February, then for the free-to-play players, you have enough time to grind for diamonds, keep pulling on this banner, and hope for MLB Sea Gundam. And if you can MLB the Sea Gundam, it's actually much better than the Penelope, because Sea Gundam is an attacker. So for those of you who doesn't have a main attacker unit yet, it is your biggest chance to actually have an MLB attacker UR unit. Like for example, if you see my account, like most of the units I have, especially the limited one, all sits on 0 limit break. Because I don't have enough diamond to MLB them when the banner comes out. I need to slowly limit breaking them using the material from the shop. But it is an exception in the Hathaway banner. Because in the Hathaway banner, you can get your copy from just pulling. It is the biggest chance you have. Because you have basically 3 months to pull for this banner. Yeah. Sea Gundam is actually good for UC story event that always gives an EFSF boss or secret boss. Yeah, like as long as your enemy is EFSF, then Sea Gundam is going to be really strong. The tech counter is strong, you know. So yeah, this is defense, Mafty again, range 5. Okay, nothing really interesting. Then comes the Hathaway, very bad stats. The hell? What happens to this guy? Wait. How much stats do you have? 686 defense, also still bad. So this one skill has another support defense. Okay. Awaken Mafty reaction. Okay, he sucks. And then there is lane aim. 657 awaken, still bad. If you watch my video about how to choose a pilot, if it is below 700, it's never worth mentioning. Okay, no matter how good they are, you can just use a UR pilot with 800 stats. No matter what skills and abilities they have, that guy with 800 stats is always gonna be better than this guy. And he has MP up, and then I never said awaken and EFSF some more. Like this guy is an EFSF awakened attacker pilot. There are a ton of other alternatives in the EFSF pilot who has better awakened stats than this guy. Okay, so then we have Fencer here, 747 range. Now we are talking. This one is okay, although it's still quite low. So boost range boost, range, MAFT range. Yeah, the biggest problem about this guy is that it can only be used on MAFT. Like if you do want to get this increased damage dealt to the enemy, but it's a must to have this one, especially as an attacker. So you definitely need to use him on the MAFT. Now this guy, Gauman, melee 750. So this is quite okay too. Attack versus high speed. MAFT again, problem. We only have 6 units in the MAFT. So you cannot use them for anything. Yeah, they all sucks. Their only purpose is for you to use them in the Hathaway story or the Eternal Road. If they release Eternal Road that you can only bring Hathaway units, then yeah, good luck. It's going to be really hard, Eternal Road. So yeah, this one, I do need this one, the beam ones. So let's just save this material. I mean like this currency. And yeah. Next one, this one again. Now the rare metal shop, I finally get 1,000 of these. I can finally buy this UR unit limit break material. But because we are currently not having any Master League, so I'm just gonna save it first and just buy this material next month, okay, when the Master League hits. Yeah, I'm gonna buy this and upgrade the Zeta Gundam. Hey. 1-star Zeta Gundam. It's gonna be really strong. Although I won't be able to use him in the next Master League. Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's it for tonight's video, guys. For tonight's stream. Yeah. Yeah, nothing else to do in here. So that's it for tonight's stream. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Wait. Jubilee will be better for next Master League. Yeah, actually, but I prefer the Zeta Gundam because I can use the Zeta Gundam for atmospheric battle. You know, Zeta Gundam is a better Jubilee. So yeah, I don't want to upgrade a unit just because I need to use it in the next Master League. What happens in the next Master League, you know? So yeah, better to upgrade units that you can use for a long time instead of just upgrading them because you need them right now. Okay. So yeah, that's it for tonight's stream, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.